to the $100 MBA Show, and today is a Q&A Weekends episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, just email us, guys, at contact@100mba.net, or you can send me a tweet on Twitter, BizRepublic, B-I-Z Republic is my handle. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. So in these Q&A weekend episodes, Saturdays and Sundays here on the $100 MBA Show, I answer a listener's question directly. Often the answers to these questions can help every listener who's listening, because we all go through struggles in entrepreneurship. We all go through challenges. We all go through decisions we need to make, whether we made these decisions before or we're going to make that decision in the future. This is where the $100 MBA Show gets really interactive. Today's question comes from Jackie, and Jackie asks, my site is over a year old and I only have 320 subscribers. Should I quit? A very direct question from Jackie, and a frustration I know a lot of people have. My answer to today's question is going to be quite detailed because I don't know the exact details of Jackie's situation or the situation that you're in as a listener if you're having a similar problem. So I'm going to give different scenarios and different solutions to each scenario. It could be so frustrating at the start. I know when your audience is just not growing, when your subscribers on your email list are just not growing. You feel like you've been at it forever and you don't really see any traction. I'm going to talk about why this happens, what's the problem, and how to attack it. And also, I'll answer that question directly. When is it time to quit? Because that is an option. We'll get into all of that in today's episode, so let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by Queensboro.com. For over 33 years, savvy entrepreneurs have trusted Queensboro.com for custom logo apparel. Whether it's custom t-shirts, caps, bags, Queensboro.com's got your back. And guess what, $100 MBA listeners? If you go to Queensboro.com/MBA, you'll receive 30% off your first order. Plus, you'll get free logo setup and free shipping. They always have a guaranteed fit, guaranteed quality, and guarantee it will be perfect. And it's all backed by stellar customer service. So go to Queensboro.com/MBA and receive 30% off. So Jackie's had her website for over a year and she only has 320 subscribers. She's disappointed, she's frustrated, and she wants to know if she should quit. So in any situation of lack of growth, especially when it comes to growing your email list or growing traffic on your website or your audience in general, there are two aspects we have to look at here. One, how much are you doing as the business builder, as the content generator of that site? And how much are you marketing? I'm going to get into marketing in a second because it's a topic a lot of people don't talk about in business or in online business or growing your email list, and it's so essential. But let me get into the first point. How much are you doing? How much are you creating? So my first question to Jackie or anybody who's listening is, how often are you publishing valuable content? Now, there's a lot of keywords in that sentence. How often and valuable, all that stuff is important. So if you're publishing one blog post a week on your site, that may not be enough, especially when you're first getting started. When I started the $100 MBA blog, I would write 3 to 4 blog posts a week for the $100 MBA. Some of those blog posts end up being really popular and we kept them. Some of them, we let go of them because they were not getting any traction, but later on. But the point here is that I was creating as much content as possible. And when you're first getting started and you're trying to grow your audience, that's your job, to be a content creating machine, because that's how you attract an audience. If you have a podcast, you may want to consider publishing more. If you have a video show, you may want to produce more videos. So you got to ask the question, how much are you producing? You may think that, hey, I've been doing this for a year, but how often are you actually adding value to your subscribers? 2, how interactive are you with your audience? So you have 320 subscribers. How interactive are they? Do you have a Facebook group where they can all talk and chat? Do you supply a way for them to share their experiences with their friends and family on Facebook? How about webinars? Are you doing webinars to engage your audience? So you have 320 true fans, so you want to be able to serve these people well so they can talk you up to their friends. Now, when it comes to your actual site, are you communicating properly on your site? Is your website communicating to your audience directly? Are you vague? Are you communicating enough? Do you have a video explaining what you're all about? Are you showing your personality? What about your about page? What does that look like? You may want to refine your site. Maybe it's time for a refresh. But most of all, what value are you adding with your business, with your website? Do people resonate with this? Is this something people want? Have you validated this yet? If you haven't validated this yet, you should do that now. You can check out our free course on idea validation. It's called The 5 Steps of Idea Validation in the Real World. You can get access to it for free over at 100mba.net/free-course. Because if you're offering something that people simply do not want, then yes, this may be a sign you should quit. I'm not one to say that you should just pursue regardless of what the audience says. I believe that business is about serving people something of value, something that they value. And if they don't value it, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe you need to refine it a little bit. Or maybe you're just not communicating it clearly enough. So take a look at your value proposition. What are you actually offering your audience through your blog, through your website, through your products? Is it really needed? Or maybe do you need to innovate? And how do you answer these questions? Again, use that idea validation exercise. We have a workbook in that course. It shows exactly how to ask your target market, how to make sure you get valid ideas from people that actually matter, not those who maybe just want to give their opinion and really are not your target market. All right, so we talked about what you do on the site. What about marketing? This is something that really, bothers me in our space a lot because it's a big frustration. And I was hugely frustrated by this at the start because I didn't realize one huge golden rule of business is that a part of business is marketing. You have to always be marketing your business. You should be always looking for ways to get the word out and build your audience. What are you doing in terms of marketing every day? Are you guest blogging? Are you writing for other blog posts or other publications? Are you reaching out to other people in your industry and seeing how you can serve them? Again, are you doing webinars? Are you in forums and other Facebook groups of similar interests and helping people out and serving them and becoming an authority, becoming a thought leader? Are you speaking at conferences? How are you marketing constantly? What are you doing on social media? A lot of us, we think if we just keep publishing blog posts and run our site, we should be okay. No, the internet is huge. And in order to be found, you have to get out there and tell the world about yourself. Tell the world about your business, what you offer. So have a marketing strategy. Inside the $100 MBA Training Community, we have a pretty large course on marketing, but I'm going to give you some insights from it. One, you have to understand who is your target audience. Find out who would resonate with your message strongly. Where do they go? Where do they frequent? Where do they spend their money? What forums, what blogs, what sites do they visit? What podcasts do they listen to? See if you can become a guest on that podcast or podcasts and give value in that way. The point here is that you got to be always marketing. And I'm the first person to subscribe to this. We're always doing something in terms of marketing. The $100 MBA or Webinar Ninja, our software company, I'm writing guest posts. I'm not too big for this or this is underneath me. I'm on podcasts, 3 or 4 different podcasts a week. I'm doing webinars. I'm doing joint webinars with other tastemakers. I'm speaking on stage. Why do I do all this? Yes, it's interesting and fun, but it's because I know that marketing is so important. And you need to make sure it's a priority in your business. If your business idea is valid and it's good to go and is validated, then maybe you need to focus more of your efforts on getting the word out. By simply writing one blog post to, a medium-sized traffic website, you can just add a line at the end of the blog post. Hey, love the fact that you read this whole article. I know you're serious about this topic, so I'd love to continue your learning over here. Here's a free downloadable guide, a free course, whatever. And that link allows them to opt into your email list and get that guide or course. Any type of guest blog I've done, big or small, I get a minimum of 150 to 200 new subscribers off that. And it's evergreen because that blog post lives forever. Same thing goes with podcasting. Get on other podcasts and get your word out there. Guys, I got more on today's topic, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, contentmarketer.io. If you ever wondered, how can I reach the tastemakers, the influencers in my market? What's their Twitter handle? What's their email address? How can I reach out to them? Contentmarketer.io can help you out with just that. It's an awesome service, and you can try them out for free. Build relationships with people that matter in your area. Find out how you can serve them so down the line, they can serve you. Head on over to contentmarketer.io and get started for free. Guys, to wrap up today's question, Jackie's question of having only 320 subscribers after having her site for over a year. I know this is frustrating for many of you, but you gotta keep pushing if your idea is valid. If it's not 100% valid, then you need to move on to something that is. But if it is valid and you know that people want it, then you just gotta hustle. You gotta keep working at it, both internally with the amount of production that you do for your website, the quality of your website, the quality of your articles, the quality of your content, and externally through marketing and getting the word out on other channels. All right, guys, that wraps up today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, remember, if you have a question and you want me to answer it here on the $100 MBA Show, we only mention first names, so we keep it anonymous. Just email me at contact@100mba.net, or you can send me a tweet on Twitter. BizRepublic is my handle, BIZ Republic. That's it for me today, guys. But before I go, I want to leave you with this. Realize if you have a great group of subscribers and they love what you offer, they love what you're doing, and you're providing a superior product or service, you don't need a huge list. You don't need a huge audience. A great article I highly recommend you read is 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. Just Google it. And he talks about if you have 1,000 true fans, you can have a thriving business. And with 320 email subscribers, if they're true fans, you're a third there. All right, guys, I hope that helps. I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode, the next episode of Q&A Weekends. I'll see you then. Take care.